Welcome to Dance Specific Talks. This podcast is made for us dancers, and our goal here is to inspire dancers from all over the world to become better, both on and off the dance floor. We want to provide you with a platform where we dancers can share and learn from each other. So let me introduce to you your host for this podcast, T-ZER, and remember as always, by dancers, for dancers.
Welcome back to another episode of your favorite dance podcast, Dance Specific Talks. As we are entering the second year of this podcast, I am going to celebrate with starting off going to Ghana and nowhere else than to Accra to meet Eflex.
You beat the one with the rings. You the hit up the thing. She wants to dance with the kings. Wants to dance with the vimp. You beat the one with the rings. You the hit up. She wants to dance with the king. Dance with the king.
Eflex is one of the pioneers and ambassadors of the style Azonto, and we're going to get all into it in this interview. He has not only been traveling, teaching, he's also been performing, competing, receiving awards for his representation of the style Azonto, and I couldn't be more honored to have him as the first one on the second year of this podcast. But first, you already know what to do. Click that subscribe button, comment below, share, and don't forget, every time you share these stories, another dancer gets more publicity and the stories gets out there. And now, let's get it going. Welcome to this interview, Eflex.
Bless up, let's go, please, T-ZER.
I am so happy to have you from Accra, Ghana, straight into this podcast.
Bless up. It's a blessing to have you also, and it's a blessing for you to have me as well, like having you. It's a vice versa thing, you know.
I'm so happy. Tell me, what is going on in your life right now? And we are in this crazy pandemic and all of things happening, but how is your life going so far right now, 2021?
Yeah, 2021 have been a blessed year to me, to be honest. I can't say anything bad to bring the beautiful image of God or God's favor upon my life down. But hey, whatever that happens in your life, it's a lesson. You understand me? And don't forget, whatever happened, it's more like a stepping stone for your success. So you're not supposed to say oh my God, no, God have been nay. So many things have happened to me in my life. To be honest, Corona brought tough time to everyone, doing this, do that. But to me, it has made me know so many things I have never even thought of. And to be honest, it have kept me busy than before. Before I was going to schools, I was doing other things, but now it's more like I was doing with companies, So now it's more like of companies, and it's so beautiful. Just look at this. In Corona time, things are becoming difficult for other people, but I rented a space for a studio for everybody to train for free. So you can tell that, even though it was a little bit rough, but hey, God blessed us, because whatever happened, you just have to give thanks to God. Even as now, I have a problem with my studio, but I go okay, glory be to God. Doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
So for me, I think it's a different game altogether, and God is trying to open doors for all of us.
Yeah, you've been really keeping busy, and everyone is seeing you online on Instagram, YouTube, your Facebook page is thousands of followers. So, I mean, you must be doing something right. What has been one of your biggest moments last year for you?
2020, one of the biggest moments was when it was lockdown, and try to feed the kids on the street for 1 week. Every day we feed 50 children from the streets, because the community where I'm coming from is more we have less privilege. I'd say I always try to support the ghetto, because dance gave me life, so I always want to give back to the community. So it was one of the biggest and most beautiful moments for me, whereby I'd see myself, look at me, someone that was homeless for 5 good years, and dance gave me life. And now me giving back to the community, you understand me, feeding 50 people a day for 1 week. It was a very beautiful moment for me.
Yeah, because you are very good at posting a lot about the children that you're working with, and also you're the founder of I Am Azonto, the
Azonto
Dancing
Dance
for
for Change,
Change. Yeah, tell me about that project. How did it start? What was your vision with it, and how is it going?
Okay, like I said before, Azonto Dance for Change is to bring the beautiful smiles on like the kids from the street of Ghana. And even as I'm talking to you right now, I have so many beautiful children right now in front of my door right now. Playing because I just have to buy a barbecue for them. Like I thought, okay, they are home, they are doing nothing. Some of them are this, so it's like, okay, what can I do? So I recently bought a game whereby all kids can come and play in my hood. Understand me? So now this is the whole vibe. I was homeless for 5 good years, and dance gave me life. Understand me? So there was this boy that was living by the street side, begging for food on the street and doing all these things. And thank God I couldn't join social vices because there were so many things that might pull me down or would have pulled me down. But I said to myself, no, Eflex, let me build up on a God given talent. And I never looked down upon myself. Now, starting I am a Azonto Dance for Change depend or all came from all the pains I've been through. Because I tell people now this is one of the beautiful moments, like little story about me also. I couldn't go to senior high school, I couldn't go to the university, but I was at the university to teach
Mm,
as a teacher. So you can see all these beautiful things. I'm like, whoa. So when I have all these things, why don't I tell the kids from my hood or the kids from the street or like kids with less privilege, children that have parents, tell them, listen, there's hope in the future. There is hope when you have a talent. There is hope when you do this. There is hope when you do that. You understand me? So all these things are together for me to start and let them know there is hope for the future. So these are some of the reasons why I started doing all these projects, because in my hood also, so many kids are on the street, like children at the age of 9, 10 years, like working at a washing bay, like, hey yo, because I didn't have a bit of a chance. Like if I should be like them, I don't know where I would have ended my life.
mm.
You understand me? So looking at all these things happening in my community, I was like, no, I need to rise up and put smiles on their face and let them know they have a future.
Mm. Where you grew up in your community, was it in Accra? And like how was it in that community growing up? Was it a lot of dancing? Or where do you think that talent of yours came from?
Yeah, where I grew up was a whole lot of talent of dancing, and even when I was in school, the same thing. I was dancing, and one La Palm Rehabilitator Kids, well, like we formed a hotel, like kids club, from La Palm Rehabilitator Kids Club, and they boosted me up to the extent that every Wednesday I was in front of junior graphic, like for students. So always like, at the front page, like whoa, and the community also there is this dance like community whereby we battle each other, we try to do whatever. But at the end, everybody comes to my house to call me for a battle, and they go like, oh, let's go to Ifles, let's go. Like so all the kids come to me, and I think like this have been a beautiful moment for me. So I have to beat up. But before I was a goalkeeper and dance at the same time. I was looking at these two talents. Understand me? But dance gave me something special that I have never thought of. That is why I moved into dancing because in my hood, almost like 90 to 95% dancers are footballers or like are in sports. So I tried to stand out in what I dance was like more like it was more challenging.
Mm.
You have to battle the adults, battle this, do that, do that, do that. So I think all this thing boosted me to have this special moment in my
Yeah.
life.
I don't even know what age you were homeless, but it must have been such a rough time. Even thinking about the dance could give you a living, that could make you have people from all over the world booking you
Yeah.
for workshops. What was like the first time, the first moment you felt, oh, I can actually live by dancing? Do you have a certain memory from that first time?
Yes, I had this when I was so young. Trust me, it was like 15 years. That is when I said to myself, trust me, this was like it was a very strong decision I made for myself. I told I was then living with my stepfather. My dad wasn't staying with us because my mom, like, they divorced when I was 4 years old. So I had a tough time with my stepfather, and he was in the military. So you should know the military rule. So I completed JHS, and I was home for 2 years. I was doing nothing. So I once called my mom, like, Mom, I can see, like, when I should live this way, I have nothing to do because my stepfather died also, and now my mom wasn't, like, she was more jobless, and she needs to take care of me, like my backbone on our last born. But I had a senior brother, so I told mom, like, hey mom, don't worry, can I fight for myself? She was like, no, Flex. I was like, no, mom, no, don't worry, I'll build up on a God-given talent, and I know I'll make it in life. See, I had the vision of, I know I can make it in life, but how to make it in life, I didn't know till I got to the university to teach.
Wow.
When I told my mom, because I told mom I want to do this, it was a very hard decision, trust me, because I used to go to one TV station, TV3, to perform, and I don't get a chance to perform for almost 2 years. But the first time I told my mom I want to take this, I made a decision on Sunday, and that same day evening, I was called from the TV station to come for auditioning, and I had a chance. You understand
So
me?
you went to like an audition for TV, or what
Yes.
happened there?
Yes, there was a TV station, like, there's a TV station in TV3 whereby they perform every Saturday music and dance, always. So I made a strong decision, and, like, God, even when I made this, like, did the same decision, I was on the street, I was for 5 good years. So that same TV station had a TV dance competition, and I was on with dance for 10 good months. We were 100 dancers, they screened down to 20, semifinals, finals 10, and we had the 4 finalists, and I was in the top four, and I had my, like, first place to stay for the first time before even. Oh my God. But it's so beautiful because, like, even though when I was having all those beautiful hype after the competition, I was in commercials a whole lot, not knowing, I didn't know, like, they say you need to back up your education, do this, do this, and the agents were taking my money for free. I never know. But it's always good, I'd say, like, whatever happens in your life is a stepping stone to your success. So it's either you learn or you sit back and relax.
You went on this TV show, and you went into the finals and stuff, and you started to get bookings, and that's how you kind of started making your own money out of
Yeah.
dance.
Yeah. And also, when I was making money out of that, I should have made money earlier before, because right after the TV station, people came to know who Flex is, and, like, bookings, like movies, like dance movies, commercials, like companies I've worked with. I have one company, I've been with them for almost 13 to 14 years now, always creating, like, being a creative minded, like, mind behind the like, either dance event or any something about entertainment, about promo, market action, all those kind of things. But hey, when I won the battle, what I did was, like, I used the money for my first apartment, and my mom also had accident the next 3 days, so all the money was like, yeah. So this is what happened to me. I was lying on the floor, so many issues came up, and by then I had some of the little ones with me whereby they wanted to dance and they're not schooling. So I should have made money at that very, like, I should have made money long time, but it pays to wait, and God knows the reason why. And all those children around me, the reason why I want to touch on, like, making money, whatever, is this. I had 7 children. I sent them to the schools because people called me for schools, like, had booking for schools. So I took them to schools, and my payment was paying their fees for almost 7 to 8 years,
Wow.
till I had my first family to support me pay fees from Sweden
Oh, okay.
for 2 years. And all the beautiful things started from there.
Wow. Okay. Wow, that's a story, man. Like you have come so far on just these, like, I don't even know how many years you have been dancing like professionally now, but like
Like
you
no
made a
profession.
journey.
Of course, professionally, I can say. I tell people like, you don't say you're a professional dancer until you see the light, because you see other people profile. Yeah, I'm a professional dancer. Da, da, da. I ask someone, and that person is 25 years old. The person told me he's a professional dancer for 15 good years now. It's like, okay, fine. How old are you? You're 25. Take that 15 years from your age. You were 10. So I'm trying to tell me you were 10 and you're a professional dancer by 10 years. No,
No.
nay, it's never true. We shouldn't deceive ourselves. I have been a professional dancer for 5 to 6 years now.
Yeah.
Over whatever I've done, it was through the university that I saw that no, I woke up, started doing all the good work I need to do. Even though I was doing some of the works, but I wasn't doing the necessary ones. I was just doing like the surface. But to dip it, it's been 5 to 6 years now.
And when and how did you get your first like international flying away from Ghana teaching dance kind of gig? What happened there?
So my first international travel was 2017 for Africa-based dance camp, but I couldn't get it. We were fighting, so but I didn't get my invite. Sweden also invited me. The same, the Poland, but to God be the glory. One student came from Indonesia. She's like, Flex, you are so good. Flex, I want to bring you to Indonesia. I thought it was a joke before God and man. So she sent me all the necessary stuff, documents, and I was supposed to go to Nigeria for that. I was like, what? I can't do this. Like, because by then also I was in a competition in Ghana. I like battling because like it keeps me fit, it keeps me fresh, it keeps me always thinking, deeping and digging. So to be honest, it was like a dream. But there's a saying, those that wait upon their God shall mount the wings of an eagle, and he, God, will renew their strength. The day that the day I flew from the airport was the most surprised thing I've ever had in my life. See, I traveled without visa.
Oh.
So just imagine how God works. I got to the Indonesia airport, and the custom officer called me to the office, and a whole lot of interviews. But thank God, I was teaching in school, so school gave me like letterhead for my travel. So I showed everything, and they came to know I'm a dancer. So okay, what shows, what proofs? So I showed them some of my works I've done with companies, and now they made me give them a freestyle. So it's like right there, they were, and after they invited me to eat with them, like the custom officers, they just stamped like you are. So the custom officer held my hand. I didn't even go through the custom check, whatever, to check out whatever. He just told me, "You are welcome to Indonesia." I was like, "Oh my God."
Oh wow.
Just like that.
In Indonesia.
Yes.
Wow.
And my first time also being in flight, like being on flight. I moved to Dubai, I moved to Indonesia, and when I got to Indonesia, I was traveling like how pipe flows from here to there with flights, moving here, moving there, everywhere, and like it was so beautiful. And being in 5-star hotel, my
Oh
God,
wow. From
for all
being
my
homeless for
yeah,
years
you see,
to a five-star hotel.
5-star hotel, and like giving me a very beautiful treatment. But even though it was hard there, why? Because like the work there, like people are in you like had more frustration. So you should have to control them or like bless them, make them come back, with your dance. And it wasn't that easy, but it was so easy. Why? Because of the experience I had, and God have been so blessed, like blessful to me. And I'm always with children, so I know how to adjust them to make their mind so straight. So this helped me, and it was so beautiful. Trust me. They even didn't want me to come back to Ghana. Like, they want to extend your stay. I was like, no, sorry, I need to go. Why? Because Japan was waiting for me.
Wow.
Establish. So all these beautiful things have been like a blessing, and this is how, or this is how I felt, and this is my experience in my first travel.
Yeah.
But
It's
hey,
beautiful. It's beautiful. And
very.
your love for Azonto is like very strong. I
Chee!
saw that you put out a video where it said like Azonto means a depth seal of outstandingness,
Outstanding traditional, understand traditional originality. Yeah.
and I just wanted you to like, if somebody has never seen Azonto and they don't know anything about Azonto, how would you describe this dance style that you love so much?
Okay, I tell people Azonto, it's a language. Azonto, to the first time, Azonto is the music and dance we do from Ghana. The reason why I went for this style and to represent it is when Azonto came, I was part of the great people. Like I got few, like 5 people pushing this culture. I got to a point, Azonto became so high, and like people were rejecting our beautiful culture, talking about people from our land were doing more of the like Afro fusion, and I was like, oh my god, why are they doing this to the culture? So this is where when I was at university, I was teaching, they were asking me questions, I was answering. They were like, oh no. So the lecturer from the University of Education was calling me a dance galore. Like, hey, you've not been to this before and know all this knowledge. So I came back, said, no, I need to promote my culture. This is what we have. Because Ghana before we didn't have our own style. We're dancing to Coupe de Calais, Dombolo, trying to like Kuduru, you know. Before Sarkodie came in with an Azonto song and Fuse took it to the national and it became that big. So why can't we still hold on? Because like they thought Azonto is this and that. That is only Azonto, but no. But Azonto is an umbrella for all the steps that is from Ghana. You understand me? Even though like it's evolution from our traditional dance, and they say it's Balogu and Gumi. Of course, yes, it's true. But there are other dances that is being hidden behind it. So I was like, no, they can't hide all these things. I need to bring all these things out. That is why I started going like, no, let me project and promote the beautiful culture of Ghana. And when I started doing this, people were saying so many strong things about it. Like, no, Flex, stop this. This thing is past. It will never happen. And I was like, no, trust me. That's what I'm saying, like 6 years back. But as not to have been around for almost like 11 years and above. Because it came 2008, late 2008, but became so hit in 2010. So we say it's from 2010. So let's almost like 11 years. But it was fading because, you know, techno, when techno style came, some of the artists from Ghana was switching. So it's like, what is happening? And our style was going. So I have to stand like the whole Ghana, get people, move to the street, hit it hard about Azonto. We travel there, hit it about Azonto, preach, 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 preach on, and yes, to God be the glory. It came to stay and it's still standing tall.
Yeah. Yeah, because one of the question that a lot of people around the world feel like everyone is looking now at like the different African dance styles and everyone want to do them, and it's a mix. It's a bit of a mess when it comes to Afrofusion, Afrobeats, Naija pop, Azonto. What? Like, how do you feel being from Ghana dancing Azonto when you hear these names like Afrobeats, Afrofusion? What do you feel, and how do you wish it will be moving forward?
Okay, don't forget, it's together we stand, divided we fall. So Afrofusion is so strong. Afrofusion, like, it's more like fusing different styles from different countries, African countries. And Afrobeat, we say Afrobeat is more like Afrobeats is more like the music we do. The word Afro stands for Africa. Okay, so the beat is the song we dance to. So for me, it's not strange for me, but the only thing is to like know or define yourself. Does that mean? Like when your word, like if you can define yourself very well, it's easy to flow on whatever you wanna do, and that is where you know like, oh, I stand in this, I stand in that, or let's push that. even though we are all pushing different culture, because I know other people are pushing whatever from their country, but like I said, together we stand, like together we unite. You understand me? So for me, it's not a new thing to me, or because all I used to say is like I am Azonto. I can even do coupe de Calais music and do Azonto on it. Now they say they are doing Afrobeats de Calais.
It's like a it's like a
You understand me?
crossover.
You understand
Yeah.
me? So the thing is like it's about understanding yourself, defining yourself. This is the only thing. When we understand this, it is so easy.
And how do you feel now when you see Azonto popping up all over the world and you see so many people having classes in Azonto in different countries? How do you see that? How do you feel about that?
For me, trust me, it's so beautiful, and I have this like magic moment, and I it makes me feel like I tell people this is my slogan. They say up and still rising. At first, I go like Eflex. Now you go like without me, useless dancing in the nation, like in Ghana. Why? Because like without me, no one will understand whatever. But I come to know like no, I can't promote it alone. You understand me? I am a zone too, but don't forget you give your words out. People will carry your words out. So it's not only me preaching. I might preach it, someone also hear, the person also preach. It continues like generation to generation. So it's like up and still rising. So my happiness is up and still rising to see people teaching all these styles around, and even people from my country that are well known in the dance scene are calling me to ask for this to preach out. So I go like, oh, to God be the glory, and thank God, like I didn't relax to the extent that even the whole Ghana celebrated me last year, International Dance Day, for promoting Azonto nationwide. And recently, I was awarded as being a dancer like with few ODJ and like few, like personalities or like people in the entertainment center that have moved Ghana in different ways, like in internationally. You understand me? So it's like it's a blessing, and for me, I feel so great. And there are more to come. Trust me. I have a surprise coming soon, though. So family, hey, wait, just wait for this. I trust me. This is gonna blow your mind. A lot coming. Trust me, a lot coming. Day in day out, we're working out for different things to come out, and like as I said, up is the rising.
I love that. When you look into the future, what are some of your biggest wishes for Azonto and other Afro styles coming up now in the world? What is one of your biggest dreams and wishes about this?
We have this like we have the hip hop community. We have different dividends like general, but I'm looking at in the world whereby like you can tell a whole story with the dances without adding any specific style. These are some of my secret. And one thing I'm bringing out soon. Like I said, Azonto is a language. It speaks. It's here, not here. So the same way I see all the dance styles. Understand me? So it's like it's about time. For like, let's say we have a contemporary, we have and don't forget, dancing is the hidden language from the soul. Music is easily for people to hear you out, visual and audio, but dance there is no audio, it's only visual. So how can someone understand what you are doing without music? So in the next future, these are some of the things I want to like futuristics, like I want to see a dance whereby it's like dance, even though dance speaks out, dance brings people together. But I want to see dance as a magic tool from African countries, magic tool whereby, you know, like the voice of dancers will be heard. Because in Japan, I did something that you're like, dance, oh, yes. By breaking your body into these parts, doing this, let this one respond to this, So these are some of the things like I want to see in the next future, and it should bring peace and unite us everywhere. Even though it's happening, yes, it brings us together, whatever, but still, hey, there are 1 or 2 blocks in between some of us, like potholes, it's everywhere. But can we see this beautiful picture? Whereby, you don't forget, picture can be a picture, but with that, a touch of different colors won't be a photo. It can be blank. We can have a black, whatever, or white sheet, black sheet, but with that paint of different colors, we will not have a beautiful picture. So this is what I want us to do. The beautiful paintings have to be the language of the dances. So have a beautiful picture.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. When you teach, you teach so many types of classes. You teach children, you teach in your country, you teach
Yeah,
outside of your
outside, yeah.
country. What is it when you go in to a room where you're gonna teach? How do you want to be? How do you want to be as a teacher? What do you want to give to your students most of all when you go in teaching?
Most of all, I steal from them and give them the same thing they give me. Why? Now, before I start class, I tell them, I have nothing to teach you. What I steal from them is inspiration. And I give them a heart. Understand me? Because when I come, I'm the type whereby the atmosphere teaches me what to do. You can plan. Don't forget, like we have bands and that stuff. You can. For me, I believe in so many things because I believe like art is a spirit. You understand me? You can plan. Let's say you can plan for something. By the time you get there, your plans might change or would change because of the atmosphere, and that is like dance is spirit. Like even the things that we speak, like the Bible says, wherever 2 or more people, it's like there is God and there is power in our words. So connecting with you and have people with me, I see them, that person down like, oh, this is so good. Like, so you speed me up and I jump out from my comfort zone and give you something. So most of the people that I've taught before, they know me. I can go like, okay, I'm going for 1 hour. By the end, I go for 2.5 hours. You understand me? So yes. So mostly I steal from them and I give them what they want. But I give you something. Now, this is a special thing I tell people. I'm not here to give you choreo, but I'm here to give you something you can build up on. I teach you how to fish, and you fish for yourself. So after, sometimes I give you homework to do, work on this, work on that. You understand me? So I teach you how to fish, and you fish for yourself. This is what I do. But with children, I give them like the happiness and how to express themselves.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And you
Like,
have a dance group called Humble Stars. Am I right?
yes, yes. Hey, they know everything about me.
I do research. I do research as
Oh,
good
that's
as
so
I
beautiful.
can. Tell me about Humble Stars and what you want for this group.
Okay, Humble Stars is my dance, it's a dance company. The reason why I name Humble Stars is like I believe on stage we are stars, and behind the stage we are humble. And I believe God bless the beautiful soul. Like when you humble yourself, God will lift you up. Like He will lift you up and high, and it's have really happened to me. So I believe in humility, but not just like humble, so being humble, whatever. Understand me? So these are some of the things like humility and putting all the beautiful things up there. And trust me, when you see Humble Stars, it's a different game altogether. You know, and to God be the glory. My team supports me also with the Azonto project. And like they've really been a help to me. And like I was telling them yesterday, we went for a battle, and like for almost 2 months now, we always be on top of the game, and like we up and still rising always. Then I'm not part, but I'm the coach because I'm running the choreo and everything because like I'm supposed to. I'm not. I told you I'm busy, so I can't engage myself in a battle whereby they need me for rehearsals. So I just come, I watch. Okay, no, do this. I can't construct. I come and I change certain things. Okay, it's good. You can go and perform.
So
Tell me.
you choreographing as well, being the
Yeah.
director. Yeah.
Yes, directing and do the mixes, everything like content, like So, but I want to see this group so like to grow up and be one of the beautiful dance group ever in Ghana because it's one group you can never tell the style we do everything. There's so many styles, so like you can't go like okay we do this. No, humble stars is everywhere, and it's my prayer that it grows whereby we have children like that want to learn and impact into them like a very big dance company, traveling and putting smiles on people's face. Like this is what I want. This is what I pray for always, and
Yeah.
we believe that everything gonna go through. And so far as God is alive, we will make it, inshallah.
Beautiful. Well, to come back to like you've been teaching a lot abroad, and there's a lot of people that are not Africans that love to learn Azonto and what you're teaching them, the essence. How do you think that people like me or other people from outside of Africa, what is the best way for us to learn Azonto, and how do we capture an essence that we did not grow up with per se?
Okay. Now, this is a very beautiful question, and this is what I tell people. Like I said before, Azonto is the dance and music we do from Ghana. So before I even tell you about Azonto, I'll take you to the foundation and history of Azonto. I need to let you or make you understand what it says. Like I said, it's a language and it speaks. When you want to eat ice cream and you don't know how it's been made, and what you know is you've been told, you've heard people saying it's so sweet. The best thing is convince the person. If not convincing, I don't use the word convincing, but tell the person the preparation, how to make it, and how it looks. Even preparing the ice cream alone will make the person go like, "Whoa, I want to taste this." So this is what just have the other person understand that Azonto is a language and it has its own field, its own rule, and even it helps you to express yourself. Because the same way, see, I was telling people we have two types of Azonto, okay? The constant kick and the 2-on-2, and it's so easy to flow. Before, like when even the dance is so hard, look like no, it's so hard. Like listen, it's so soft. Why? Because Azonto is like mimicking on daily routines. You can go like you, me together. What do you think? It's like you, me, let's marry. What do you think? By the form of dance, da 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 da. So even makes it so easy for the person. Like you're supposed to say the beautiful thing, even though like everything has the white and black side of it, but the beautiful thing of it for the people to buy it. It's like you have a company and you have a marketer. Your marketer have to market your products or whatever you have very well for people to buy into it. You understand? So when he or she can't convince people, not convincing them into a wrong side or whatever, but you have the right content, the right product, and it's so like the quality is so high. But since you can't sell it out to people, they might not see the good use of your product. You understand me? So having someone that I've never seen the culture before or wasn't born in that era or whatever, I think the first thing to do is to preach about the culture to the person, for the person to understand it, and understanding it will lead the person to the excitement. Because I can't just come like, okay, teach you, I want to do dance or teach me dance or and start dance. Da, 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 da. No, tell the person about the culture. This is that, is this. Understand this. This kick stands for this. This that stands for that. So a person is in the spirit. Oh my God. so easy to flow.
I like that so much. Well, and I
Thank you.
also like that you describe that, it's daily things, it's daily routines turned into a language, which is the dance.
Mhm.
Is that also how you find inspiration of when you want to create a show or a performance or a choreo? Where do you actually draw your inspiration from when you're gonna create?
Okay, I look at three things. What people are like, people are there to express excitement on their face, and people that gonna take something home, people that you're gonna help them, and myself performing. What I'm also getting from the people.
So it's all about the message of
Message
those
of,
three.
yes, those
Yeah.
three. And also I always say we have three things. I have three things, three friends in my life: God, work, and family. Whenever I do performance, I do whatever I do a dance, the same thing. I have three things always. So everything I have three things always. Everything I do. For me to create, it's so easy. Like I have so many projects to release and stuff. But the most beautiful thing is I wanted to challenge me. When you challenge me, that is where I come out like a lion.
And what would you give for advices to like new dancers or dancers who want to become teacher just like you? What is your biggest advice from Eflex to the world?
This is the advice I need to give them is triple L. Learn, learn, learn. Understand me? Because I'd say this always in the dance industry, we have the teachers, we have choreographers, we have performers, and we have entertainers. Forget about dancers. We have teacher. A teacher can always teach without no stress. Now, and when you are a teacher, also be careful. When you are a pastor and you preach at work, at church, you are feeding people, but when you don't feed yourself, it will get to a time you get lost. That's why I said learn, learn, learn.
Yeah.
Because I always teach, teach, teach. It will get to a time when I don't feed myself from going to people. I don't mind to go to a dance class, whether the person is like below me, I'm above the person. But the only thing is you just go there, adapt what they have, be on the street. I'm always with children. They do strange things. I learn from them as well because I want to feed myself.
Yeah.
You understand me? So to be a teacher is never an easy task. It's like the same to be a choreographer. We have people whereby they are choreographers, whereby they're not even dancers. Like the performance, I said, they are taught to perform. Entertainers, there are some of the dancers there whereby they just dance to entertain people, they dance to make you know, like, but you teach them something, they can catch up. But they have their own way to dance to make you happy. Okay. But teaching, it's so deep. It's
Yeah.
very, very deep. Day in, day out, you need to do your research. Even me, as of now, I'm still doing my research. Trust me, I have one project whereby I need to travel to every corner in Ghana. And I need to raise funds for this. Like, it's not easy. Because like you're always supposed to bring something new out, always to bring this out, always to bring this out, because you always have to feed people. So when you don't feed yourself, so to be a teacher, please, triple L.
Learn, 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 and keep learning. That's
Yes.
it. That's beautiful. So you're actually going around researching different dance styles within your
Yeah.
own country.
Yes.
That's
And I
amazing.
even go to the National Theatre, which is the Ghana Dance Ensemble. That is the government dance ensemble, and pay for how do you call it, for counseling. I go sometimes also at the university. We had some of the professors. Some of them saw me and they were like, Eflex want to give a workshop at the university. Even though they are doing popular dances over there, but they meet me and I was like, yeah, professor, I don't have any problem with it. I'm a street, normal street guy, normal street dancer. And I realized, I had one, because most of the dance from university come to my studio to learn from me. and they were saying one of the professor that is doing popular dances said he has the original steps of Azonto. I said, I don't have any problem. The first time I met this man, we were talking. And he brought something out. And I said this. I was like, oh, you need to come to the university to teach. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is the whole vibe.
And that also is such a important part, that like if even you who is from there, that lives Azonto every single day, if you still learn, then the rest of the world have to keep learning too, because there's just so much more to learn
So of
about
course,
it.
and yeah, of course, Azonto is so deep. Trust me, I've come to know so many things recently that I want to drop 7 languages of Azonto. That's my
And
next project.
you already made like the A to Z
I made
steps and
I made two
all of it.
times.
Yeah.
2 times. The first one and the second one is when I reloaded, and I explained Azonto like adapt of outstanding as international like originality, and I did a quick one like it's a whole lot, and I'm about to release the grooves of Azonto, how to understand it. It's coming. The flow of Azonto, the footwork of Azonto, name them. We have something we call the flair of Azonto. We have the Afro hanky from Ghana Azonto style, like, a whole lot. So I'm about to drop. I'm about to break people's jaw with it very soon. It's in the pipeline,
Hey,
and
so good. So good to hear that. And also,
yeah,
if it's one thing that this year has taught us, that you can have all this information online, available for artists like you to put it in packages so that other people around the world can buy and can learn something until we can see you in real life again. And that is something we never thought was going to be possible just a couple of years ago, and here we are today. And we're all connected on internet.
of course. This is what I'm saying. It's so beautiful. I've never used Zoom before. If not Corona, I don't know Zoom.
Not me either. Now I do interviews every week on the Zoom, so
Oh, to God
yeah.
be the glory.
Yeah. Hey, Eflex, this has been an amazing, amazing talk with you. And in the end of my interviews, I always have something called fill in the blanks, where I start one sentence and you end with one word or an
Hey,
end of a sentence. Yeah?
hey,
So the first thing that comes to mind, you just say it, okay?
Jesus Christ. Hey.
Okay, I'm gonna start with an easy one, okay? So
Okay.
when I go on stage, I feel.
So great. Woo!
Okay,
But I feel the God of the moment
when I enter a battle, I always try.
and kill it.
Like the lion, the lion you talked about before.
Yes, of course, the lion.
When I teach the children in my area dancing, it makes me feel.
So great.
The best advice that somebody gave to me was,
Be the best of you.
I feel 100% myself when I.
On top of my game.
Ooh, when you're on top of your game. Love it. If you can make one wish come true, it would be.
Long life.
Oh, that's nice. If you can make everyone in the world try one thing at least once, what would it be?
Try their luck.
Ooh, nice one. Nice one. All right. When I hear my favorite song, it physically makes me feel.
So high.
That's beautiful. When I'm on stage with humble stars, we always.
We always like control them like we are gods.
Ooh, the audience are captured.
Of course,
Okay.
don't forget, anytime you stand in front of people, even teaching, you are the god of that moment because your voice is being heard. When you say clap, everybody clap. do this, everybody do this. So that time you enjoy that moment, and after you go off, you are no more.
Yeah. You can tell me a story here. It's hard to do in one word. One of my favorite memories of traveling has been.
Has been I think in Dubai, whereby I was eating and relaxing a lot in a very comfort like big room. I had two beds in my hotel room, and what I have to do is just jump to the restaurant, come back, jump beside, come back, jump beside, come back, eat anything I want.
Living the life.
Ah, see
Ah.
the ghetto boy. I've been so hungry, eating for free.
Yeah, and it's a buffet. I love it. I love it. Okay. One last question then. If I can go anywhere in the world tomorrow, where would it be?
Now I think I have to be in Europe.
You were supposed to be here
Yeah,
last
yeah, yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah. Like from Denmark to Germany, from Germany to USA, from USA back to Indonesia and Japan. But COVID, I was supposed to travel on Tuesday, and airport was locked on Monday.
Oh, well, I'm happy you didn't get stuck somewhere, but still sad that you couldn't go.
Yeah, but it
Still
should have been so
sad.
beautiful also. But hey, God knows best, and like whatever happens, happens for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. We don't know what's going to happen, but we hope to have you back in Europe. I can't wait to spread this conversation all over, and
Let's do this.
really, really hope that we get to meet each other in real life one day as well.
Of course, very soon.
It's gonna be great. I
Yes,
can't wait
yes,
until we're
yes.
back into sweaty dance studios and just, showing love. For
Of course,
sure.
spreading love and showing love. That's all.
Yeah.
Like spreading happiness and showing love.
Don't forget to click subscribe, comment below, and give us a rating or review. We have a Facebook page, YouTube page, and we are on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and all the other podcast platforms. We also have an Instagram, so don't forget to tag us in your favorite episode and share it with the world, because we read all of it.